أهلا بكم مشاهدينا، أنا كورين فرحات أرحب بكم. سنويا تشهد الولايات المتحدة وفاة 37 طفلا جراء نوبات حرارة بعد بقائهم أو نسيانهم داخل سيارات وسط درجات حرارة مرتفعة وفق البيانات الرسمية. إحصاءات مؤلمة، ولكنها للأسف غير متوفرة في العالم العربي باعتبارها من المحظورات، أحيانا بالرغم تناقل الصحف والأخبار أحداث مماثلة. تعددت الأسباب والأعذار، إنما النتيجة واحدة وهي موت الأطفال. من هنا أتت فكرة سنس اللايف التي ابتكرها كل من جولي شاما طبيبة الأطفال وزوجها الصيدلي فادي شاما. بالتأكيد ساهمت معلوماتهم الطبية في تطوير هذا الجهاز للتنبيه عند حدوث حالات مماثلة، ولكنهم استندوا بالدرجة الأولى إلى دورهم كأهل.
Well, a father makes a frantic 911 call after accidentally leaving his one-year-old baby in the car, and the whole ordeal nearly sends him over the edge.
I left by accident my toddler in my SUV at North Clinton Station.
An 11-month-old girl in Florida died after she was left in her parents' van for hours.
A reminder that this week marks the beginning of the most dangerous months for children left in hot cars. July and August each have an average of 9 heat stroke deaths of unattended children. And even when the outside temperatures are mild, it doesn't take long for the inside of a car to become deadly.
Children being left in hot cars, within 10 minutes a child can have severe heat stroke injury. And within those 10 minutes, if not removed from the car or taken to a hospital for fluid hydration, they may suffer permanent damage, possibly death. Whether a child is a newborn or a 7 or 10-year-old, it's the same time frame in regards to their ability to suffer the consequences from the heat in the car, and hence a heat stroke can occur with any age group.
The most important thing is trying to prevent the accident from happening. I think one of the ways of trying to prevent it to begin with is by having Sense of Life. It's worked for us. We use it right now for our daughter's car seat. We have another one on the way. I'm planning on using another one because there'll be another car seat. With so much going on, we forget, it gets busy. We never want that to happen. So this is one way of avoiding a catastrophe and avoiding having to figure out what to do at that point.
I always feel for moms, not just as a mother myself, but also as a physician. There's always that component where I'm afraid for my own child and their safety. And I don't know how I would react. I would be devastated to know that I forgot my child. But there are so many moms out there that have done this mistake unintentionally, and you just feel for them because they've always loved their children.
Saving a baby's life is like no other because it took so much effort just to get them into this world. It's a lot of work on the mother, on the families to go through that process, and to finally have this bundle of joy in your hands, God forbid to lose it, that would be devastating.
With new technology and new advancements and understanding things and efficiency, makes a big difference in how you're supposed to raise your child today and from back then.
Nice. Here, show me. As a father and a parent, you always want to be a positive role model for them. They are a sponge. Everything from day one, they hear, they see, they feel. So you always want to be a positive reinforcement. While you want to be a parent and show them the right way to do things, you still want to let them be a child and to grow and to enjoy life. And all we can do is provide them with a positive and safe environment and keep them away from all harm, but also let them be a child. Growing up, especially in an Arab family, as you grow up, the first thing you hear from your mother is, just wait till you're a parent. Because we're always like, Mom, don't bother us, don't worry about us, don't this. You don't know how that feels till you have your first child. So the moment you have your child, you know that you're overprotective, that you're worried about their safety.
The beauty about being from an Arab heritage, and my parents are Lebanese, I'm Lebanese, is that Arabs and Arab Americans tend to have a really, really strong family dynamic. They have a very big family in regards to not just their immediate parents, but grandparents, cousins, and uncles, and everyone is very much involved in everyone's lives, which is a beautiful thing.
Having that close family, that large family, that Arabic family, we're always very tightly knit, and we're always there for each other. It was multiple levels of security and comfort, and being tight in the sense of bringing each other up. And I think that was passed along the way, and it really gave me a lot of insight on being able to teach my daughter the same things and to provide that same sort of security and love and care. I believe that in today's day, from the things that we learned in the past, we need to be a little bit more active in the things that we do, especially in a sense of security.
Growing up in the US, especially being part of a big Arab family, you get to see both sides. You get to see two different worlds. You want to throw yourself into the culture that you're living in, while at the same time equally be participant or be mindful of all your cultures and your beliefs that you've brought with you from your homeland. And it is a good mix to have because it gives you culture, or it gives you personality. But it was tough because we came from a very conservative mindset that it's all about family.
We try to incorporate a little bit of openness because we live in an American society. So we keep our values and we make sure they're instilled in our child so that when she enters the world, she's able to remember the lessons she's learned and what's, right from wrong, and what is a part of our society and our family values to take into the world with her.
The general idea of trying to raise a child is to be able to pass on the love that you have for your family on to them, so they'll do it in the future with their own family. So I think that definitely I'm trying my best to be able to give as much love and security to my child as I can give.
The lovely thing about being a pediatrician, as well as a mom, is that it gives me such a great perspective in regards to my own children. I remember that when I had my son, my first child, I was already 3.5 years into my pediatric profession, and it was like starting all over again. Everything that I had thought I knew, I was learning fresh, and it was enlightening, to say the least. But I love it because it gives me such a great appreciation for my children.
Being a first-time parent, it's very difficult because you have all this emotion, you're happy to have this child, but now you're faced with a new world where you're having no sleep. There's a lot of work to be done. Both parents are stressed out. You're thrown in 200 directions at a time. So you're worried about your child growing up safely, but also you're distracted. You want to go to work, you want to help in the house, you want to take care of these kids, you want to nurse them, you want to get up and during their 2 in the morning for their feed. So there's a lot of distraction in this world, and that is when mistakes happen.
تعرف الولد بأي حركة بيعمل بدور حاله بدون ما ينتبه، فلازم تضلك معاه باستمرار، يعني معك هن 24 ساعة 24 ساعة عينيك مفتوحة، يعني لازم ما تغمض عينك أبداً عنهم. إذا الإنسان مش قد المسؤولية بيقدر يتفاهم مع مثلا هلا أنا بربي أولاد ابني لما هن بيكونوا بالشغل، إذا بحس حالي مش قد المسؤولية لازم هقول لهم مش عيب.
As an Arab American, and especially in the culture, sometimes certain topics are just kept quiet and are not necessarily discussed because of fear. It's very important to remember that if your child was left in a hot car but found quickly before any serious damage occurred, you should still consider taking them to have a physician examine them, but also it would be very important to talk to your families about it.